The Battle Network 6 post-game continues. I discovered, following last stream, like pretty shortly after, I looked at the Program Advanced document that I made, and I kind of checked off everything that I have done. Or rather, yes, I deleted everything that I have done, but I also highlighted things that I, like program advances that I have the components for already. And there's quite a few here, actually. And I want to say I counted, I'd be at 14 out of 30 once I do these. So I say let's start with that. And then I might hunt down, what I might do is I might hunt down the chips or the program advances where I have one component missing. And then for ones that I have 2 or 3 components missing, when I go to farm for those chips for the library, because I think I'm missing a lot of them, I will simply stick around and make sure that I get all 3. What's up, Space Cowboy? Good to see ya. So first and foremost, I'm just gonna clear this folder. And then we'll throw in the program advances and then just some star chips to like filter through. So we're looking for High Cannon LMN. I can throw another one in there actually to increase chances of drawing it. Not that it really matters. Wave Arm EFG. Happy Friday, Eric. Good to see ya. What did I say? Wave Arm? Hammer Arm. Wave Arm 1 EFG. Corn Shit JKL. I know it's Corn Shot, but come on now. I think it's higher up. Corn Shot JKL. Oh, I guess I could do the same thing that I was doing. Oh, I don't have another K though. I guess it doesn't really matter which one I double up on. For Wave Arm, throw another F in there. Then Time Bomb 3 LMN. What's nice is some of these you can do with either like the rank 1, 2, or 3 chip. Some of them there's a PA for each rank 1, 2, and 3. Like I think Time Bomb is one where you can do it with either 1, 2, or 3. And it all counts towards the same PA, which I find interesting. There it is. LMN. Spreader 2. ABC. Then this is another one where you can do it with either Spreader 1, 2, or 3. And so I happen to have it with Spreader 2. Right, because I have the star. I also have it for 3, actually. We can throw that in there too, why not? Yo-Yo LMN. And then Twin Leaders. I actually have the components for both variants of this. So it's Anti-Navi Star, and then either Protoman or Colonel, and then Protoman SP or Colonel... Sorry, Protoman or Colonel Star, and then the opposite SP. And I do have these thanks to the patch cards. So we'll do Protoman with Colonel SP. Because I have Protoman SP in my actual folder, I don't really want to mess with that if I can help it. Now what else can I add here? I got 4 of those. Just add attack 10s or something they can burn easily. Yeah. Alright, cool. It doesn't really matter what I tag because we're going to be filtering through this entire folder anyway for the sake of clearing these, but this is quite a bit of Program Advanced progress. I'm very happy because I think I mentioned it in a couple of streams that I don't know why I took a bite there, but I'll have to do this over multiple encounters. It didn't occur to me that if the entire folder is Program Advances, I'm gonna have to like burn some stuff. What was I saying though? Yeah, I'm not gonna be traveling for like a full 2 weeks, but it's gonna be enough back and forth to where I don't think it makes sense for me to stream following Monday. So stream tonight, stream Monday, and this is all kind of to set up for finishing the post-game up closer to Christmas. Like the week of Christmas. You know, Monday, Friday that week, and then the following Monday is kind of the idea. We'll burn this for now. And I'll burn the spreader. No, I'll burn the spreader too, because I have 2 of the 3s. But yeah, so I'm not like, I don't want to save too much for later, but I don't really need to stretch? I don't really need to stress. I don't think I even need to use this for it to count. I think you just assemble it and it counts. So I'm not going to. I mean, I could try to destroy it, but yeah, so I'm not too concerned with getting like a ton of stuff done before then, necessarily. Oh no, wait, I had 2 2s. I don't know why I did that. It's a QRS. Oh, I guess I don't know because I deleted it off the thing. Hold up. Ba-da-da-da. Program Advance, BN6. H-Burst. QRS. I wanted to make sure it wasn't RST. Sorry. But yeah, so it's one of those things where I'm like, it'd be nice to have like, you know, maybe standard library completion done. Don't need that anymore. But even then, like, I just want to get a good chunk of progress done. Because I feel like once I have standard chips done, then it's just basically fighting the different forms of base. And then there's like bug frag grinding and shit too. So, you know, I wanna make enough progress to where the streams closer to Christmas don't have to be super long, but at the same time, I want there to be enough for me to be able to, you know, stream EFG, be able to have enough post-game stuff to stream, rather. And I guess I could, in theory, go back and I don't know why he threw that in at the end of that track, but whatever. Okay. So that's it for this one. I believe that should count. Yeah. So we'll check these off. Giga Cannon 2. Delete. Wave Arm. Or what is it called? Power Wave 1 we got. Beep beep beep. Beep beep beep. Boop boop boop. Boop boop boop. Boop boop boop. Boop boop boop. Corn Fiesta we did not do. Time Bomb Plus we got. H-Burst we got. Great Yo I'm not seeing. Twin Leaders we did not do either. So it's Corn, Yo-Yo, Leaders. Oh, this is convenient. So Yo-Yo, we can burn this. It's convenient because I can just, like, stand on the side and chill, wait for the custom gauge to fill up. I can also eat a little bit while the custom gauge fills up, which is helpful. Okay, I did this already. Little fork in bowl ASMR. Damn, I'm drawing like everything that I don't need. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I forgot that Power Wave did that. Whoops, that was a waste. I should just hold it. It's not like it's gonna go back in the custom screen. So you burn these, I guess. I mean, I can just stand still on these too, because I have an aura. I don't need these. Got this. We can proc this one just to see it. Nice. When leaders is done. Just yo-yo and corn shit. Oh. This is for the virus battler, I guess. Well, shit. I feel like I would already have this, though. So I don't really know what that does for me. Shit. Got the poison on him. Just burn these. Yeah, I really want those float shoes right about now. I'm not too worried, though. Worst case, I just run. Don't need this. Nice burn turn. Bro, these draws are awful. Riveting gameplay, I know. Already did twin leaders. I just need the horn shot K. Alright. There it is. Beautiful. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Those are done. Should be 14 total. 15 total. Oh. Look at that. Corn Fiesta is done. Delete row. And then Yo-Yo is also done. Did I miscalculate? Like, is there something else I need to... Let's see. Wide Burn 1 and 3. Flame Hook 1 and 3. Power Wave 2 and 3. Parashell. Destruction Pulse. Stream Head, I guess. Super Spreader. Hit Hockey. Bodyguard. Darkness. Master Cross and Sun Moon. Okay, let's do, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these that only require, I only need one more chip. So I think let's farm for those first. So first things first is Fireburn 1H. Fireburn 1H. And the playlist is buffering for no reason again. That's fun. I don't know why it does this. I'm not sure. It seemed to stop eventually. You know what I did? I dropped the resolution down. I don't know why that would be a problem, though. Beep, 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 beep. What did I say? Fireburn 1H, Old Stove. Oh, it's the chip order one. Oh, but I don't have, like, any Zenny, though. Fuck. Seaside Area 3 GMD. Maybe I should farm for Zenny real quick. Oh, I have millions installed already, lit. Let's see what the GMDs in Undernet are doing. I want to keep an eye out for yellow mystery datas in Undernet 2. I believe there's a drop that I can get from a yellow mystery data, which would be really helpful if I got it that way. Well, I think that was the one that had a battle GMD as the alternative, which is fine. I guess we're gonna have to do the other characters and break this shit down, I suppose. Then again, it'd probably be worth it to do it anyway. I mean, I'm gonna want to get at least enough megabytes for the tag fast gauge, I think, which is 48, which is basically full, so I might as well just get all the reg ups in that case. So I guess I'm looking for GMDs. They should all be Zenny, 1200. Okay. I don't know where the spawns are off the top of my head, so I'm just gonna kinda... I don't want to take too long in each area, especially to start because I don't have very many sneak runs. I think I'm going to want to go down there. And I seem to remember, I don't know why I was tripping out so bad about yellow mystery data being a thing last time, because I feel like I've seen that before. Specifically down on that platform on the other side. Like, I don't know if they can spawn, if they spawn in the green spots, or if they are different spawn points or what. Like, does a yellow, if a yellow spawns in, does that take up a slot from green, or what? Oh, there's 3 greens here. Hello. I mean, I don't know, that seems decent. I know I should press on, But we enter Graveyard. Right, Graveyard is... What is this way again? Undernet 0, yeah, okay. It's coming back to me. Okay. If we go to the Graveyard, I won't be able to use sneak runs, like it won't work. I feel like scouring here doesn't really make much sense because I can't even access half of it. But like this one I can get to. 1600. Like these actually aren't bad drops. It's gonna be a little slow to start because I only had 4 sneak runs to begin with. Thankfully I don't need to use untraps while I'm doing this, which is nice. And so I used 2 sneak runs last time. We'll burn through 2 more this time, go stock up. Then come back and I'll be able to do this for longer. Which I'm sure y'all are thrilled about. But I'll be able to do this for longer before having to leave. 300? Seriously? The bug frag thing is going to be the trickiest part, I think. Not tricky. Well, kind of. More so just tedious. This isn't bad too, because then I can just scout for those yellow mystery datas in Undernet too. Like I was saying. So we can potentially kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Or one of the birds will live to, I don't know, shit on your car another day, I guess. Last sneak run. But I literally only had a few hundred zenny, so the fact that we made like damn near 10k zenny in like what? A few minutes? Like probably not even 5 minutes? Is kind of crazy. I just want to make sure I don't miss the potential yellow spawn points. Because I seem to remember there being one like down here somewhere, if it spawns in. And we can check for like, yeah, that one's there again, okay. $700, I mean, that's kind of a low roll. I don't know, 12k in like not even 5 minutes. I mean, that's actually, I don't know. It's not, it doesn't seem like it's that bad. Go to green. There's a little bit of rice left in this bowl. Can you not? Alright, dinner's done. For now. Probably eat more when I'm done with this, and probably play some more Midnight Suns, because I am... I don't mean this seriously, but I played Midnight Suns. I was off yesterday, off work. I played that game like fucking... Not like all day, but like... I played it too much. I played too much Midnight Suns yesterday. And it's like... That loop is just addicting as fuck. It's super fun. Like, the combat is so satisfying. And you know, the deck building, the upgrading, and then you've got like the character interactions and stuff. It's a good game. It's quite good. And it's growing on me too. I didn't grab untraps, but I don't really need them right now anyway. But yeah, it's growing on me. Like, it's very superhero-y, you know, for whatever that's worth. But I don't know, I actually kind of don't mind that, because I've kind of tuned out the MCU. Like, I know a lot of people are tired of like Marvel writing and that kind of thing. I actually think the writing is probably better than your average MCU movie, I would say. Just because they don't cut the tension with jokes. Like, there is humor, obviously, because Tony Stark and Peter Parker exist, and you know, the humor is like, it's corny and like, you know, whatever, because they're nerds, so it's like, yeah. But I feel like it doesn't do that thing. I feel like Midnight Suns doesn't do that thing where you have a really serious moment and then it undercuts it with a joke. Because something kind of serious did happen while I was playing yesterday, and that really affected Iron Man in particular. And he was like, you know, blaming himself for the whole thing, blah blah blah, and like yeah, he like yeah, maybe there was some snark there or something, but really it felt like genuine distress and like genuine like self blaming and like all that kind of stuff. It's good shit, like actually. Because now that I'm a little bit further in, they're like, you know, digging into some of the characters a little bit more. And you know, I'm sure if you've read comics with said characters, you've probably seen and heard a lot of this kind of stuff before. In fact, it's kind of a game that I think benefits from Marvel superheroes in particular being so proliferated, because it's like, you know what the Avengers Tower is, you know who Iron Man is, you know who Captain America is, etc. and so on. So like when they show up, you do have prompts to like ask them about their backstories and shit, which I've been doing just because I'm curious to like hear the voice acting and like see what they have to say, even though I'm familiar with, you know, their origin stories to an extent. But the fact that it doesn't just like dump all this on you, it kind of assumes that you at least know some. I'm assuming that was a millions proc, probably. So do yellows count as greens for the sake of millions? It could just be that that was a Zenny roll. And that was nice to get 10k there, but yeah. Yeah, no, I'm digging it. I kind of wish that the I think that like the Abbey, which is like kind of your home base, I think it's cool. I think the character interactions and like the hangouts and stuff, it's fine. I mean, you know, whatever. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't see why it would, considering I like and enjoy Persona games and stuff like that to varying degrees. But I would say that the areas surrounding the Abbey, like the forests and stuff, there's a lot of like, there's stuff to find and like whatever, but I kind of wish that it was a little smaller, maybe. There is a sprint function and fast travel and stuff, but like I like unraveling certain mysteries in the woods, because it's, you know, very mystical and shit. Very, you know, very magic focused in that way. But yeah, which I dig though. Like, there is still a decent focus on... Oh, I needed that. I needed that drop. Wait a second. Yeah, I actually needed that drop, which is sick. Sick that we got that. Hell yeah. Where was it? Yeah, this... Fuck yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that's one standard chip down, just randomly. Now, I'm trying to remember if that is the one that I needed a, if that was the yellow mystery data drop that I needed. That could also be gotten from a Battle GMD. I'll have to double check. I'm not going to bother with these guys for now, even if I need certain chips for the library. I'll just wait. Where are these mystery datas at, though? I thought I saw one up there. Never mind. Oh, I don't have a sneak run up. I'm being dumb. Sorry. I could recruit the rare dark mech, but I also have already done all of that stuff previously, so I don't need to worry about it. That's the interesting thing about going for 100%. Is that you're really, like, you don't really actually have to do everything to get all the title marks. So technically it is more of like getting all the title marks, title screen marks or whatever, as opposed to it being like a true 100% run. Because Because then that would be like, all right, get all the codes for all the chips, even the ones that aren't PAs. Getting all the reg ups, which I like to do anyway. Getting all the HP mems, which I like to do anyway. Getting all of the Navicust pieces, etc. and so on. Like there's other stuff you can do beyond just the title screen marks. But for all intents and purposes, that's generally what is worth doing. Is going for the title marks. Primarily because that unlocks other content, like super bosses and whatever. Whereas getting every code of every chip doesn't give you shit. Probably. Unless no one's done it and we haven't discovered, but I just doubt it. I feel like at this point we would know. And at that point I'd just be like, no, I'm not doing this. Just be like, no, I'm out. I'm done. Yeah, Midnight Suns is cool. I feel bad though because I know the studio really took a big hit on that game, and it's a shame because I am happy that I got a good deal on it. That I got the Legendary Edition for $20 on a Steam sale recently. But at the same time, I'm like, damn. Now that I'm enjoying this, it's like, well, what if I had, you know, not one person isn't going to make much of a difference, but it's more just like. It sucks for the team when there's like layoffs and stuff like that when you wait for a sale, but at the same time it's like, and then like the chances for a follow-up or a sequel are kind of dashed, because I'm thinking about like if you did an X-Men game, like specifically just the X-Men, and you did it at the X-Mansion and it was like in that setting, basically that was the focus, that would go fucking hard, dude. If you basically made a Midnight Suns sequel that was the X-Men exclusively at the X-Mansion, oh my god. That's a day one. For sure. Because I've gotten to use Wolverine like twice now, but he hasn't actually joined up yet. Wolverine is pretty sick. But I'd love to use, you know, Cyclops and some of the other folks, Gambit and whatever. It'd be interesting to see what they could do, especially Gambit being a card. His powers revolving around like throwing cards and shit, and the fact that the game's combat is like a deck builder, essentially. I don't know, I think it's pretty rad. And it's a shame that we may never get a sequel. Not even like a sequel as in like, you know what I mean? Like a second game in that style kind of deal. And then I'm supposed to be playing Resident Evil Revelations 2. I haven't done that in a few days, because Midnight Suns has been distracting me. So that game's not terribly long. I'm probably gonna go for some optional achievements and shit, maybe, to an extent. I feel like I maybe should have waited a little bit longer before jumping back into RE. Maybe. I'm certainly gonna take a break between Rev 2 and 6. For sure. I kind of gotta brace myself for RE6, because I've just heard... I feel like some people have come around on it to an extent, maybe. But... Because, I mean, I played RE5 recently, and I don't really... I understand maybe at the time the disdain towards it. From, like, the really hardcore survival horror fans. And all of that. But I don't know, I thought RE5 was pretty fun. And I get that that's not like the end-all be-all kind of thing, necessarily, for a game, but I had fun with it. And so it's like... It feels like the kind of game that people haven't played in like 15, 20 years, and then they just continue to shit on it because they didn't like it at the time. And I'm like, but have you ever thought to, like, check it out again? Like, with more of a... with a different lens, you know? than when you were younger? Because, like, I don't know. Even the things about RE5 that I didn't like very much or whatever, which is pretty few and far between. I'm a little distanced from my playthrough, so I can't... It's hard for me to remember, like, specifics, but... Shit. I don't know, like, I've just seen, like, some very passionate disdain for that game, and I don't understand it. I'm like, I can understand, like, not liking it, but, like, passionately hating it or whatever, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really feel that strongly about it one way or the other. I think it's good. Fun. Would be even better in co-op. A remake would go hard. Certainly. To, like, iron out some of the kinks. That's gonna be pretty sick. Definitely try to go out of my way to play it co-op if possible. In that case. But yeah, Resident Evil is one where I'm like, I'm gonna just be a casual fan of Resident Evil. Like, I like it. I do. Like, that's the reason why I, you know, played 5, played Revelations, playing Revelations 2 now. Why I'm gonna, you know, play 6, even despite the warnings from certain corners of the internet. But, it's like at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not really that interested in checking out the original few. Not because I have a problem with older games, but it's more just like, I don't like this series that much to want to play like every single entry and be like an expert on it or like whatever that means. But I do enjoy them. And I think partially it's because I enjoy the more action-oriented ones. Like RE4 Remake I thought was awesome. You know, hence the video that's currently on the channel. Titled that, basically, but yeah, I thought RE4 Remake slapped. I had fun with, like, RE2 Remake is clearly a great game. But I think because it's more, like, I just like the more action shooter, like, that's just kind of more my speed, I think, is, like, the more action-oriented. I don't mind spooky vibes or whatever. I mean, I played the Dead Space Remake, which leans more into the horror side than, like, RE4, for instance. But I did enjoy, I did like Dead Space Remake. I think it's a, like all in all, it's a great game, but I didn't like it as much. I didn't enjoy it as much. And it could be because I played it after. But I would play a Dead Space 2 Remake, I would, if that ever ends up happening. I've thought about buying the original, in fact. It's just that sometimes older... It's not that I have a problem with playing older games, but sometimes, like, the PC ports of some of these, like, older titles from, like, you know, the late aughts, early 2010s, sometimes they don't run very well or cooperate very well with modern operating systems. And that kind of becomes an issue sometimes. I don't know if that is the case with Dead Space 2. But also Origin, I don't want to deal with. And Dead Space Remake doesn't actually require you to run EA's launcher at all, which is dope. They need to do that more. And the fact, I think I mentioned this last time, the fact that 2K removed their launcher on PC from all of their games, not Rockstar, but 2K, like anything that's not Rockstar under that umbrella, as far as I know. Or at least as far as the single-player titles. Like Midnight Suns is one, where it was published by 2K. It previously required the launcher. And then a few weeks ago, it got removed. And I think that was a like publisher-wide thing for 2K. And if that's a sign of things to come, oh man, that's gonna be amazing. Because I fucking hate that shit. As do, like, most PC gamers. Like, it's fortunate that I don't give a shit about Ubisoft really anymore, because if I did, and like when I have played a Ubisoft game here and there, I get really annoyed by Uplay, or Ubisoft Connect, or whatever the fuck it's called. Not just because it's like a nuisance, but it just doesn't always function properly. It's annoying. It's just annoying. And like, I'd like to play more Rockstar games as well. but I don't want to deal with the launcher. So if the launcher gets removed, then I will pick up some GTA games, and I'd probably pick up RDR2 on PC, even though I played it on Xbox back in 2018. As far as other companies with launchers, yeah, EA is one. Like, Mass Effect Legendary Edition requires it, even though... I wish they would patch that out, because Dead Space Remake... It's stupid that Dead Space Remake came out more recently and doesn't require it, but Mass Effect has no reason to require it, I don't think. Because I don't think the multiplayer is in... Is the multiplayer in the Legendary Edition? I haven't played that re-release yet. Soon, I hope. It'd be great to find time to do that. Because I love that trilogy, but... I guess each individual game isn't terribly long, but if you're doing a trilogy playthrough... Honestly, the Mass Effect trilogy... If you know what you're doing and you've like played it before and all of that, I feel like it's probably about the length of, you know... like a JRPG, if you play all three back-to-back. You know, somewhere in that like 80-hour ballpark, or something like that. Maybe 60 to 80, just depending. I feel like each game is probably closer to like 20, maybe 30 hours each. Maybe. If you do like absolutely everything. Perhaps. I don't have a great metric on it though. But I do want to play those again. That could be a fun thing to stream, maybe. Next year, maybe. Because I kind of want to get away... Well, I've thought about getting away from doing full playthroughs on stream. I know when Monster Hunter launches, that's not going to be the kind of thing where, like, let's go through the story. It's just going to be like, I'm just going to stream that game whenever I feel like it, basically. And not really sweat, like, the context narratively. Because, like, I'm a longtime Monster Hunter fan. I'm also notoriously a... if there's a story in a game... and it's bad, or like I don't like, that's usually a detractor, but for Monster Hunter I really just don't give a shit. Like, that is one of the main exceptions where, like, I won't skip it on a first run or whatever. Monster Hunter is not really a game that you do multiple runs on per se. Like, I'll watch the cutscenes and shit, that's fine, but I don't expect to like give a shit about what's happening really in Monster Hunter. Even though I think, like, the lore behind the monsters and stuff is neat at times. It's just, like, it's really not why I'm there. And that's always been the case. I mean, I guess I enjoyed Monster Hunter Tri's story for what it was. Pretty basic. But Tri has, like, a weird... It's a weird game. Like, Monster Hunter's kind of weird. Just kind of in general. I feel like the weirdness has been kind of a little bit scrubbed out in recent entries, but like it just kind of like got like an interesting... Monster Hunter 3 specifically, I guess maybe this applies to the earlier titles, but I haven't played them, has like a really distinct like vibe to it. I don't know how to describe it though, because it's like cozy, like in the village and stuff like that, and I love Loch Lac as a multiplayer hub as well, like the desert town or whatever. But there is like something to it that is like also kind of just like strange, but kind of in a comforting way. I don't know. It's really hard to describe. Maybe that's just because it was my first one though, that it feels a little more memorable to me. And like 4 Ultimate is great. I just wish it wasn't on a 3DS. I wish it was on... If it had been on Wii U, I would have played the shit out of it, probably. And I think I still played a decent amount of 4 Ultimate, but... starting with Tri, I think made me sort of perceive Monster Hunter as a console game. And that tends to be where, if I have an option, right, of playing on a handheld or on a console, like in the instance of 3 Ultimate or like Smash 4 and stuff like that, like I'm going to prefer the console version. I think 10 times out of 10, literally, because that doesn't come around very often, that kind of instance. Nowadays, it's like, oh, well, you just play console games on a handheld. That's different to me. I mean, I guess Monster Hunter maybe could be sort of the progenitor of that, sort of. I guess. But it's different, though, because the Switch is like, you have dual analog sticks. The 3DS did not. And you could manage with, like, the touchscreen or the D-pad or, like, whatever, I guess, for camera control, but it wasn't great. And I don't know, Monster Hunter is one of those games where it's like, to me, like, the intended experience is on a big screen. But here I am playing a GBA game, for all intents and purposes, on my, like, proper PC monitor, right? Now, if I'm traveling, of course, you know, I'll play it on a handheld or something like that if I want to play one of these games, sure. But if I'm home, well, then again, I've sat on the couch and, like, had TV, like, watched TV with the family or whatever, while, like, you know, playing a game on my phone or on one of my, like, retro handhelds or whatever. Not very often, but, because usually I'm, like, just, like, watching whatever we're actually watching, but more often than not, if I'm gonna sit down to game, like, I want to sit down to game, kind of deal. Like, I like the big screen experience. That's why I've said in the past, like, there are handheld titles that I love, like Battle Network. I think about, you know, Pokemon for certain generations and stuff like that, but it's not because they were on a handheld. I mean, at the time, I suppose, right, because, you know, long car rides and all that, that was, like, when you were doing most of your gaming. Or, sorry, when I was doing most of my gaming, at least. And, you know, I had, like, when I was really young, I had, like, well, I guess, I'm trying to remember what TV I played on when I was, like, real little. But I know once we moved, we had like two, sorry, I keep knocking the mic. We had two, like, kind of small-ish CRTs, like one really tiny one and one, like, kind of slightly bigger one. Eventually, once we got, like, a flat screen or whatever, I got, like, the proper CRT that we had been using, and that's what I played in the last house before I went to college. That's what I played, like, Wii and Wii U on, like, during that era. Like, the GameCube era, that was on, like, a smaller CRT when I was, you know, like, 8, 9, 10 years old, whatever. But yeah, once the living room got upgraded to a flat screen, I feel like Fireburn 2 is actually something that I needed, yeah? Or at least maybe that code, maybe? Is that a Program Advance? Oh, I already did Fireburn 2. Never mind. Also, I keep forgetting to use these. The bug frag farming we'll take care of later. I want to farm for Zenny for a little bit longer, just in case I can, just so that way I can buy chip order stuff if I need to, like I was gonna do for this Fireburn 1. But then it's like, okay, if I'm gonna farm for Zenny for 10 minutes, then why not just do 15, or why not, like, let's just do, like, a decent chunk of Zenny grinding, and then move on, instead of having to do a little bit here, then go do one or two things, then come back and just do this again. I'd rather just get in the zone and just do this. Right? But yeah. Yeah, I tend to prefer to game on like, I don't know, my setup's kind of weird because I have my computer in my room. So it's like I can sit here, I can sit on my bed. Like, I have a couple options of, like, how I can approach this. This stool is comfortable enough to where I can sit on it. And I have, like, the pillow behind my back and stuff. The stool that I was using previously had, like, a hard bottom and that was hard on my bottom, I would say. And I didn't like sitting here. But then if I sit on my bed, I tend to like hunch over and shit, which is not a good look. But because this stool is so comfortable, I actually don't mind just like kind of lounging back and gaming on here for like however long it might be, right? Whenever I have time, kind of deal. Even though the bed can be more comfortable, the problem is my eyesight is kind of shit. And so if I lean all the way back, if I go all the way back to like the back of my bed, it's kind of hard for me to see. I previously had my monitor on an arm that could extend a little bit further, but it was a little precarious, and so I got rid of it, or I sold it or something. But yeah, the stand that this monitor's on is also a little precarious, but if I keep it far enough like back, it's fine. It just does, it's a little front heavy. I don't know if there's much I can really do about that either. It's just kind of how it kind of just is how it is. Why am I talking about this? Either way, back to what I was saying about Monster Hunter, I think that's why I connected more so with World than I did Rise. And I probably would have gotten more into Rise if I had waited for the PC release, but I played it on Switch, and I want to say I put it in like 100 hours. I'd have to double check. I wish there was a way to check that on the website instead of having to go into the system itself. Because I actually oh my god, I somewhat recently did actually sell my Switch. Because, I still have the account and stuff. I guess I'm going to lose my save data, which is fine. I really don't give a shit about that. For most games, like Metroid Dread is fast enough to play. Like the games I want to play again, I'll just play again, because no cloud saves kind of deal. But I sold my Switch in anticipation for the new system, because I was like, this is only gonna be lesser and lesser value over time, so might as well sell it while I'm not really playing much on it, kind of deal. But I do have intentions, like, oh my god, I do have intentions once the new system comes out to, I mean, ideally on a sale or something, but like purchase some games that I have been playing otherwise, I'll just say, been emulating or whatever. I mean, a lot of my experience was like emulating games I did already own, of course. But it's more so just like, there's some games that I haven't played on Switch, I should say. Like Tropical Freeze, I played on Wii U. And it's like, I'd like to get the Switch version, though. It just sucks that those games never go on sale, really. But let's look at the poison on this guy. But yeah, there's more games that, I guess I should say, like, there's more games on Switch that I would like to play or try out that I haven't, that I'm kind of just waiting to see what the new hardware can do. Because I really just didn't have any interest in playing some of these games on, like, the current system or whatever. So, yeah. But, I don't know. I wish Nintendo would just put their fucking games on PC, because then I would play and buy more Nintendo games if they were on Steam. And I understand why they won't, at least for the time being. And I understand why people get really I mean, Sony fanboys get super defensive about games coming to PC, and it's just like, dude, I don't know why you care about these companies. You can care about the games, sure, but like, I'm sure I can speak for a lot of PC gamers. I'm not buying a fucking PlayStation. Like, initially it was because I didn't really have... There's very few PlayStation exclusives that I'm really interested in, truly. Like, Spider-Man was one. And then, like, it was really just, like, Final Fantasy. And that's not first party, anyway. Like, a lot of first party Sony stuff I'm really not that interested in. Or wasn't. But then once they started coming to PC, it was like, okay, I'm more likely to check these out now. Even if I'm not, like, super drawn in by them, per se. It was mostly, you know, your Personas and Final Fantasies and stuff that were second party and sort of arbitrarily PlayStation exclusives that are now, you know, third party and, like, on everything like it's supposed to be in that case. But when it comes to Nintendo, it's like there are fewer first party Nintendo games, if I can enunciate, in recent years that I'm, like, truly interested in. That's why I sold my Switch. It's like there's not really much coming out that I'm really interested in playing that I don't already own, to begin with. So it's like yeah, Echoes of Wisdom and stuff like that. Like, I'll check that out on the next system if it runs, you know, stably or whatever. But yeah, the buffering. You're not. Oh, because it wasn't sure if I was still watching, that's why. But yeah, there's like very few, like, Metroid is really... Metroid and I guess Fire Emblem to an extent. Still haven't played Engage. Need to do that. At some point. And then... But like if a Genealogy remake happens, like that I need to be there day one for. And like Metroid... Be it Prime 4, be it another new 2D game, be it a remake of whatever, like whatever. That's really... Metroid is really the Nintendo series at the moment that has me in a vice grip. As far as, like... It's like, okay, I guess I'll buy the next system so I can play the Metroid games, basically. Right? Because a lot of... Like, and I'll play, you know, a new 3D Mario. Those are always fun, at least for a time, right? I would even say that the open world Zeldas were fun for a time. I just long term didn't really like them that much. Like, hence the first time I played Breath of the Wild, I didn't even finish it. And Tears of the Kingdom I didn't finish because the Spirit Temple sucks ass. I'll die on that hill. Shit sucks. I was so ready to be done. I was like, I actually enjoyed it. If it had ended prior to that, like if you had just fought Ganon and that was it, maybe it'd be a little anticlimactic, but like, I could have stepped away from that and been like, okay, I enjoyed this a lot more. But then it kept going and going and going, and the more I think back on it, the more I'm like, there's cool stuff here, but I just don't really like where Zelda has headed, personally. Although, I did mention wanting to check out Echoes of Wisdom because I guess top-down Zelda hasn't really lost me, per se. And at first I was a little, like, skeptical of Echoes. And I know people have their criticisms, and it is very Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom in some sense. Like the UI and shit like that, in particular. Oh wait, we need Big Hat. We need the Big Hat chip. If I can get this kill immediately, yeah, that's sick. Alright. I don't even know if we'll get the drop, but we'll go for it. Alright. There's something about Echoes of Wisdom that looks... that makes me want to play it. And I think maybe it is just for that novelty, and who knows how I'll feel about it if I'll... I'm sure I'll enjoy it fine. Like I said, like I enjoyed Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom fine for like a few dozen hours each, you know, 40 to 50 hours each maybe. And then past that, I'm just like... Just don't... And then I have like no desire to replay them either. Because I replayed Breath of the Wild on the channel and that was miserable. That was miserable for the most part, oh my god. There was some cool stuff, because I got to see like some stuff that I didn't see previously, but... just... I don't know. No, I do know. I just don't really like them that much. So like, Zelda's kind of lost me. 2D Mario I don't really give a shit about either. I played Wonder and I thought it was fine. Good even, but... Now, 3D Mario, on the other hand, I have my problems with Odyssey, but it was fun. Like, I had a fun time with it, to the point where I would play another 3D Mario. The problem is, I guess, with Zelda, is like I would play another 3D Zelda again, like with Tears of the Kingdom, in hopes that it's gonna fix the problems that I have with that formula. So I guess in that sense they do kind of have me in a vice grip, but I'm not like... If the next 3D Zelda is just more of the same, of like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and there isn't like some kind of major shakeup or refinements or whatever, then maybe I will just like bounce. And like Pokemon's a whole nother can of worms too. Well, like I've still played the recent releases, but I enjoyed certain aspects of them, I guess, but like looking at them at the big picture, they're just not very good, in my opinion. Except for Arceus, which has a lot of good ideas. I just think that it needs further refinement, which I've talked about a lot, with like hopes for... I'm not trying to get my hopes up for ZA, but like I hope if ZA is a more refined Arceus, then that's actually good. And if it's polished on top of that, I mean more refined like systems-wise and like difficulty curve and blah blah blah. Maybe less of a focus on catching a million of the same thing. Which, you know, works because you have the free aiming and shit like that. But, so it's not as tedious or time-consuming as it sounds, but it's still not like my favorite thing to be doing. What am I doing? I need to leave this comp and then come back. I think I've just been running around in circles for like 10 minutes. So I've been focusing on talking, but yeah, like Fire Emblem, I'm sure I'll enjoy Engage. Oops, I'm sure I'll enjoy Engage from like a gameplay standpoint, but I've said this a lot. From the jump, I knew the story was going to be shit. Like I had a feeling from like the way that they showed it, and like as soon as they were like, "Oh, you've got characters from older games showing up," I'm like, "There's no way that this ends up making sense or being good narratively." As soon as, like, that's a cool gameplay mechanic, that's cool fan service and all of that. It's cool as a Celebration Anniversary title, which it kind of wasn't, though. But I think that was the intent. That's fine. There's no way you narratively make that make sense, though. In a way that isn't stupid. So, still haven't played it, so I should reserve judgment for later, but I wouldn't say that Fire Emblem has lost me, but I was not planning to play Engage, at least at launch. But, you know, like I was saying, a Genealogy remake, or something more in line with the tone of, you know, Three Houses or Shadows of Valentia or, like, whatever. Like, something that is at least, you know, attempting to tell a compelling story, which I would say those games do, in certain regards. Certainly. Yeah, like, really, it's like with Fire Emblem, it's the remakes that have me most intrigued. And the thing is, too, like, Fire Emblem does experiment actually pretty heavily, I would say. Maybe you need to be into it and, like, know more of the intricacies to see the differences, but it's not, like, yes, it is always, you know, grid-based, and the core of it is usually the same. But, you know, it's like, okay, some games have weapon triangles, some don't. So, like, just, like, not even just those kinds of features either, it's like, you know, you've got, like, gambits in Three Houses, right? You got gambits in that game, and then, like, Engage has the engagement rings. No, I think they're just called Engage rings, right? Or something like that. It's a little weird, but they've got, like, the rings, or whatever the fuck, your personas, basically, some shit. Shadows of Valentia had some unique systems that kind of, like, pulled from, you know, Gaiden's original systems, etc., and so on. You know, Awakening and Fates had the pair-up system. Like, there are pretty major distinctions, I would say, between Fire Emblem titles. Even if the core is generally the same, I think that Intelligent Systems does a good job of towing that line. There's some things I'd like to see them change and adjust in their design philosophy in recent years, but as far as, like, keeping things fresh, I think they've done a good job. So in that sense, I'm on board for a new title. But at this point, I'm just like, that Genealogy remake, man. I mean, like, Shadow Dragon is ugly as sin, but that game is great. Like, actually, I think Shadow Dragon is probably one of my favorite Fire Emblems. It's probably in my top 5. Even though it looks like shit, like, it really does. It really looks awful. At least, like, the battle models or whatever look fucking awful. Like, really, really bad. And I would say that I don't want to overstate it, but, like, it's really bad. The pixel art's fine. It's still not my favorite style. The GBA games, I think, look better. But the way it plays, though, like, map saves and, like, just... I really like Shadow Dragon a lot. So, and I really like Shadows of Valentia a lot. So they've kind of knocked it out of the park with the remakes. Not a big fan of New Mystery, but that didn't come out in the West. And also they arbitrarily inserted like an Avatar character into that, so, which they didn't do for Shadow Dragon or Shadows of Valentia. So, like, please God, don't do that to Genealogy. I would actually be very sad if that happened. That would fucking suck. If they just shoehorned some dipshit Avatar character in there, oh my God, I would hate that. There's no reason for it. Genealogy is strong enough narratively, and there's enough that you could flesh out character-wise that, like, you don't need that. Like, Sigurd is dope. Like, you don't... Just make him more of a character, because, you know, it's not a Super Nintendo game. And, like, there's characterization there, yeah. And I like Sigurd for that, but it's like, there's definitely more that can be done. Just give Sigurd the fucking Shadows of Valentia treatment. Like, just give Genealogy that treatment, right? I think. I could do this one more time before restocking, I guess. What was my point, though? Yeah. Yeah, so Fire Emblem, I would still say I'm on board. So Fire Emblem and Metroid... And, like, I will play a new 3D Mario, I will play a new 3D Zelda, but I'm not, like... Like, I feel like with those series, I've already found... my favorites to an extent that, like... It's gonna be hard for them to be surpassed, I think. In my eyes, where it's like, if I want to play a 3D Mario, I'm probably gonna play the Galaxy games again. And if I want to play a 3D Zelda, I'm probably going to play the N64 games or Twilight Princess again over some of the others. Because it's not so much about, like, this goes with remakes too. It's really not so much about, like, oh, this replaces the original in the canon of history, but it's more so like, if I'm going to play, you know, Persona 3, for instance, if I'm going to play Persona 3 again, I'm going to play Reload. Despite, you know, some, I would say, small criticisms I have of it. I think, all in all, that is my preferred version of it. And then, like, with other stuff, it's like, okay, Pokemon Gen 4. If I'm going to play Sinnoh again, I'm going to play Platinum. Probably specifically Renegade Platinum, but I'm not playing BDSP. Right? And it's like, it doesn't mean these different versions of games can't exist alongside one another, but you can't play them both at the same time. I guess you could alternate. If you, like, play one time and then the next time you want to replay, you play a different version. That's something that, with certain games like Strange Journey I mentioned, that's something that I would be more likely to do. Like, I don't really want to play the DS version of Strange Journey again. But I would play the 3DS version, just for something a little bit different. I would play a re-release of it or a remake of it, just for something a little bit different. But I'm not so beholden to a particular version, at least at this point, with that particular title. And I'm sure there's other instances like that I can't think of off the top of my head. Like, there are clear ones where it's like, okay, SMT5, it's like, yeah, you play Vengeance because you already have the base game campaign in there as well. It's like there's no reason not to play Vengeance, but within the game you can choose between Canon of Creation and Canon of Vengeance. So if I play SMT5 again, I'm going to play Canon of Creation because it's a little bit different, right? A little bit of variance in there, which is cool. Don't need that from every game, for sure. That's kind of how I view things, though. Especially when it comes to remakes. Like, unless the Genealogy remake completely fucking butchers the story, and I mean butchers it, not in the way that some YouTuber is going to tell you that it was butchered. when it really was just like, oh, they changed the lighting in this one scene, or like whatever the fuck. They changed one line that someone says slightly. It's like, as long as they don't completely butcher it, it'll probably be my preferred version of that game. Just because the original Genealogy, as great as it is, especially for the time, it's got some rough edges that I just didn't really enjoy that much. You know? So like that's the thing. And I understand the sentiment of like ironing out some of the rough edges of older games can make them feel a little bit. Like, I understand the sentiment of like, if something is too polished, it can maybe be viewed as a bad thing. Not like from a technical standpoint per se, but like a little bit of, not jank, but like some systems, some like, I don't know, like I understand the sentiment of like somewhat clunky systems being endearing in a sense, but I wonder how much of that is maybe not necessarily nostalgia, but just like having, I guess it is nostalgia, but like growing up in that time period and like knowing what games were like in like the GameCube era or something. It's like you play like an SMT Nocturne and it's like, I didn't have a PS2, but I played the shit out of the GameCube, and that game being from that generation, I think, and because I grew up on that gen, I think it has me being able to overlook some things. I'm not clamoring for a Nocturne remake, but I would be open to one. Particularly because there are certain things like, you know, certain stats don't fucking work. And I guess some stuff was ironed out in the remaster, like skill inheritance not being random, once they patched that in, which is funny. That wasn't there to begin with, like what the fuck? Stupid. But yeah, I don't know. It really is a matter of taste and like pros versus cons, and like what you view as pros and cons versus what I view as pros and cons, right? Or how severe of a con something might be. Like someone, you know, one person looks at the way Tartarus looks in, or not Tartarus, the way that the Dark Hour looks in P3 Reload and is like, oh, it's too green, it ruins it. I look at it and I'm like, I don't think it looks like, I don't think the lighting in P3 Reload is like amazing in all instances, certainly, but it's really not something that bothers me that much when you factor in all of the other updates and I think benefits from the remake. And that's the main one that comes to mind. And I think it would be different too, maybe if I did grow up with the original P3 or something. And like, that probably goes for other games too, because like I'm saying I know BDSP to a lot of people was kind of a travesty, but I think it's more so for people who grew up with the original Gen 4, really didn't like it. I'm not saying there aren't people out there that did enjoy it, that grew up with Gen 4, but I'm just saying, like for me as someone who did grow up with those games, I just prefer Platinum, and maybe it would be a different there would have had to have been a remake of Platinum, or BDSP would have had to have been HGSS-ified in a sense and had components of Platinum at least, and that would be like an easier comparison, maybe. Like, maybe there'd be more pro and con weighing in that case, but because it's literally Diamond and Pearl, and I don't think Diamond and Pearl are that good to begin with, it's like, yeah. I think that's the main problem with BDSP specifically. But like, Oris, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I'm gonna reevaluate. Because I'm gonna play Drowno's hack of that game, of that remake, as someone who grew up with Gen 3. You know, more or less started with Gen 3. You know, played my friend's copy of Gen 2. I've said this a million times too. My first Pokemon game that I owned was Ruby. And I didn't really like Oris that much. But they were fine. I think it's like it's closer. It's certainly closer. But I don't think it surpasses Emerald in certain ways, but oh my god, this guy won't quit. I wonder how much of that is the lack of Emerald content, right? And even then, I've gone on record and said, like, I just, the GBA games don't really, like, appeal to me that much anymore for whatever reason. I don't really know exactly why. But even like, ROM hacks that should, in theory, or on paper, be, improvements. Sorry, I'm, like, focused. I need SP. Did I use that already? Oh, you fucking bastard. Oh, I forgot I'm Aqua Body, yeah. Gotta be careful. Fuck, what was I saying? I was gonna say, like, I wonder how much of that is, I just really don't want to die here, because I don't know the last time I saved. Alright, yeah. It's a single time I've used Buster Max in BN6. Alright. Element Man can fuck off. I keep getting distracted. Gen 6 is like super fucking dog shit easy. And I'm not saying that Pokemon was ever like difficult, but I'm wondering, like, you play a Draiano hack and you make those refinements, how do I feel about Oris in that case? It's not like I'm going back to Vanilla Platinum or HCSS or Black and White 2 or whatever. I'm playing the ROM hacks more often than not. So I'm like, okay, let's pop Oris in and see how I feel about the game, like, without having to really, like, with the gameplay just being better, like just kind of just straight up, like, more challenging boss fights, whatever, greater Pokemon variety, which I guess isn't really a problem in Gen 3 in my opinion. Really, I think there's a lot of great mons to use. I think the problem with actual Gen 3 games is like physical special split neutering, or lack of physical special split being like really bad for certain mons, like, and move pools are kind of shit too in that gen. I think that's a big part of it, actually. But again, I played hacks of Emerald and still just kind of fell off and wasn't really that interested after a certain point. You know, it's like, yeah, Crawdon is an option, but like, what the fuck are you using a Crawdon for in actual Gen 3? His stab types are special. He's a physical attacker. He doesn't really have an ability. It's like Hyper Cutter in that gen. He doesn't have adaptability yet, I don't think. And his move pool's shit. Like, Knockoff is 20 base power, and it's special, and like, it's like, what the fuck are you supposed to do with like half of these mons that like are like don't benefit? You got other mons that do benefit, like, you know, Gengar and like Alakazam and shit. But those are like old mons at that point. Like, what about like the newly introduced mons? Because usually when I play through Hoenn, I'm gonna be wanting to mostly use Hoenn mons. Probably, right? I feel like Hoenn added enough new mons to warrant that. Johto's a little bit different, because they added... Isn't the... I don't think Johto is the fewest Pokemon added anymore. I think Gen 6 might have been the fewest. Gen 6 or 7, I think, added the fewest mons. Because Johto was 100 exactly. And then Hoenn was like 130 something, right? Because it was 251 to 386. So 135, if my math is mathing. That's a pretty good chunk. And then like Black and White, I think, was like 156. I think I just know that number off the top. But and then 386 to 493 is what, 110 something? I think. It's something like that, somewhere around 110. I don't know, I don't feel like doing math right now. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, because Black and White added the most. So it was over 151, and I think it was 156. Why am I talking about this again? Oh yeah, because of variety in Hoenn, as far as like choosing just Hoenn mons kind of deal. And there's some variety there too with like Mega Evolutions and stuff in Gen 6. So like, and I really, really love the new soundtrack in Orus. Like I far and away prefer that because, you know, infamously GBA games tend to sound like dog shit. Love the GBA, but yeah, it just kind of is what it is. Like most games just really don't sound very good on it. But even apart from that, Orus's soundtrack gets me hype, so I'm like kind of excited to play it again with Drayano's ROM hack installed to kind of just see how that might change my perspective on things. Because ultimately, yeah, I wish the Battle Frontier was there, because I probably would use it. But at the same time, I think about how little I've used the Battle Frontier in the games that is present, and I'm like, would I have though? I wish it was there. I wish that more Emerald stuff was there, just period. But the Delta episode kind of shores some of that up narratively. Like, it still features, you still have a Rayquaza feature kind of deal at the end. That's cool. I remember it being kind of short, though, which is, I guess, fine for a post-game episode, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see, because I'll play through that for sure with Sinking Sapphire. Yeah, very curious to see how I feel about that. What other Nintendo properties have I... Animal Crossing's kind of lost me. I did play the shit out of New Horizons because it was just like, you know, the perfect timing. But thinking back on it, I'm like, yeah, it's just not the same. I don't know if it's necessarily the game. I think it's partially the game compared to some of its predecessors, but also me. Just not being like as interested in that kind of game anymore, I think. Because even though I do think that like New Leaf, and I think New Leaf is probably, I'd probably prefer New Leaf like overall if I really think about it. But then I think about playing New Leaf again and I'm like, why would I do that? You know, like I don't really feel a draw to like do that. So Animal Crossing is really one that lost me, but I'm not too upset about it though, really. Zelda, I'm like kind of upset. Like I'm not like angry, but I'm just kind of like, man, that sucks that like Zelda games aren't really gonna appeal to me anymore. That kind of blows. At least not to the same extent. You know, I can still enjoy them, have fun with them, whatever, but like, man, it's kind of a bummer. Like 2D Mario, I think I'm just capped out on. Like Wonder is good, like I was saying, but I've always been more of a 3D Mario guy than a 2D Mario guy, and I think that goes for a lot. I feel like my favorite 2D platformers tend to be, like, sure, there's some Mario games in there, whatever, but it's like, you know, Super Meat Boy, where, like, there's no 3D version of Super Meat Boy. Like, strictly speaking, there's no Super Meat Boy 64 or whatever the fuck. Right, to compare it to, or, like, not even just compare, but because I feel the same way about, like, Sonic, which is a series that I'm not really, I wouldn't consider myself to be, like, I'm a fan of certain Sonic games because I grew up with them, but I wouldn't consider myself to be, like I'm rooting for Sonic, and I want the games to be good again, and Shadow Generations is fucking great. I'll just say that again. I'm gonna do a video on that. Plan to get that out by the end of the year. Because I think it's that good, and it has me wanting to reflect on my experience with the series, and like, because Sonic was a big deal to me when I was like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years old. You know, like kind of late elementary school age. I fucking love that shit. Like the GameCube was, I should say this for the video, but the GameCube was like a Sonic machine for me in a lot of ways. And sure, I played a shit ton of Melee. I played I didn't play Wind Waker at the time. I didn't play Sunshine at the time. That was later. That was like high school that I played those. Well, Wind Waker I played on Wii U, but Like Sunshine I didn't play until high school. That might be part of the reason why I don't like it that much. Even though I've gone back to it, it's not just thinking back on that time. I played it when 3D All-Stars dropped and still just kind of fell off of it. Didn't really like it that much, but what's my point with this? It's like I think certain 3D Zelda games outshine my favorite top-down ones, but I still think like there are top-down Zeldas, like 2D Zeldas, quote unquote, 2D perspective, which is not even necessarily true anymore, but you know, like top-down, I guess we'll say, which is what I did say. Although top-down Zelda makes it sound a little promiscuous, and I don't mean it that way, but in certain iterations, yeah, but anyway, it's like my top five. Let me just give you my top 5 Zeldas. It's like it's the N64 games and Twilight Princess, and then probably just below that is like A Link to the Past, A Link Between Worlds. It's like those 5, and like Link's Awakening is probably like number 6 or something, right? Beyond that, I don't really care for the 2D Zeldas that much. And I think that I overall probably prefer, if you were to pit like the full catalog of 3D Zeldas versus 2D or top-down, I would probably pick 3D. Even if there are some lows in the 3D Zeldas in my mind, I think that the highs, I feel like the lows with 2D get a lot lower, but there's some that I haven't really played that much, or haven't played in a while, or both. Right? Like the DS games, and like Minish Cap I played on 3DS, because I was an ambassador, aka I overpaid for the 3DS and I got some GBA games on it for free. Which is cool at the time, because I played like Metroid Fusion for the first time via that, like Sacred Stones as well, and Minish Cap. I don't know, I thought it was fine. Like, that's one of those where I'm like, it's a good game, but like, I tried to play it again somewhat recently, like within the past couple of years, and I was just like, I don't know, I'm just not really interested in playing this. But I'm trying to think of like what it is, where it's like I still would say that I enjoy the top-down Zeldas. Like I'm interested in playing Echoes of Wisdom, whereas with Mario, like I played Wonder, but I didn't like love it like a lot of people did. Certainly like better in some ways, like probably quite a few ways than the new Super Mario Brothers games, which were just kind of getting stale. Kind of. They were stale. Even though New Super Mario U has some good stuff going on there, I would say. From this point on, though, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'd be interested to play another 2D Mario if it came out. But I'm just not really that, I'm really not that interested in more 2D Mario, personally. Like, I've kind of got my picks for that already, and I just, like, I don't know, if Wonder, which was, like, a critical darling and, like, Game of the Year contender and all that, it gets all this praise, and I was kind of lukewarm on it, then, like, maybe I'm just done with 2D Mario. And you could maybe say the same for Zelda, if it doesn't change up. Because, you know, Breath of the Wild was, like, huge. Not just sales-wise, but critically. People love it. There's been more pushback, and I think Tears of the Kingdom made people realize some of the cracks in that formula a little bit more strongly, at least. Maybe it's because Tears was too iterative, though. Maybe it wasn't different enough. I think that's definitely a factor. I thought it was better, though, personally. Like, there's certain things that are still bad, right? Like the way the story is presented, and, just like, I don't know, just like the fucking, like everything about it, basically, like literally. I don't know. I don't like those games very much, if you couldn't tell. But it's whatever. If you like them, fine, whatever. I mean, someone has to, and plenty of people do. They're just not my thing. I don't know why I went that way, but... At this rate, let's just get to 100k zennies and then see what all I can acquire via that. Also, I shouldn't spray the spray. I'm so used to like repels in Pokemon, but I shouldn't use the sneak run until I'm at least like here. This is fitting. And there's a lot of other Nintendo series that I just never really vibed with super hard. Like, gosh, it was on the tip of my tongue. What it was? Pikmin. I think Pikmin's cool. I dig the vibe. I dig the... Like, the only one I really played to a serious extent and like, beat was Pikmin 3. But it's one of those where, like, I look at Pikmin 4 and I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's great, whatever. But I'm just not really, like, drawn in by it, per se. Splatoon is another one where I'm like, I'm sure it's fun, whatever. Actually, I think I played a match on a friend's system at one point. I was like, yeah, it's fun. I'm just not really a big multiplayer guy, though. Like, that's more so the reasoning there. With Pikmin, though, it's like, well... It's one of those series where it's just not really a priority for me. Like, I'm sure someday maybe I'll play 1, 2, and 4. But I'm not really, like... I'm not, like... that compelled to play them. I'd be down for a new F-Zero, because I think GX is sick. Which I didn't play for the first time until somewhat recently. But GX is dope. Very fun. That's another genre, though, where I'm just like... Like, it's fun, but, like... A pure racing game is like, yeah, it's fun for multiplayer, but not really something I would go out of my way to play single player for the most part. I mean, at least GX has some kind of story mode. And those missions are really hard, too. I remember I did the first few, like 4, maybe 5. And, I would have liked to have kept playing more, I just kind of stopped. Maybe I'll jump back in at some point, just casually, but... And, like, Star Fox is one where I'm like, I don't know, I'm just not really that interested, really. Unless they really shake up the formula a bit more, make it a little more... I know Nintendo wants to do unique stuff, but it's like, just make Star Fox Mass Effect. It doesn't have to be a cover-based shooter kind of thing, but, like, give it more of an expansive sort of Mass Effect style thing where you're exploring planets and shit, and with character interactions and whatever. I know some people just want an on-rail shooter, but it's like, I just don't think... I'm not really interested in, like, just another on-rail shooter. Like, Star Fox 64 is already there. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's more they can do, and there's other good games in the series. Assault has some good stuff going on, sure. Some people really hate the on-foot missions, and, like, I get it. I do, because the controls are kind of clunky and whatever. But I don't think the idea is bad. I think the idea of a Star Fox game where you leave the ship and do other stuff, like, I think that, to me at least, sounds more appealing than just something where you're... I don't know, I guess I'd be down for another on-rail Star Fox game, but, like, it needs to not be a rehash of 64 again, which is really just a rehash of the original, right? To an extent. But I just think mechanically, for that series to reach, like, more people and draw people's interest, I guess Zero was a unique case because it had those very divisive control scheme. So I wonder if it didn't have that, if things would have been different. Certainly to an extent, but then I think you would just lean... I think people would have leaned more into the criticism of, this is just 64, basically, again. So what the fuck was the point? If it didn't have that distinction of the controls being unique? But then it's like, well, just tell a different story then, I guess. But then, I don't know. I said the same thing about F-Zero, though, where I'm like, I would be more drawn in by an F-Zero game that had other stuff going on. Well, racing can be the focus in the way that you progress the main story or something, like... I think an F-Zero game in the style of a Yakuza game would be more my speed, where you have some beat-em-up gameplay for the sake of, you know, upgrading your ride and, like, doing some bounty hunting, like, actually as Captain Falcon. I get that fans of the game, fans of, like, F-Zero as a game, probably don't want that. They just want another racer, but it's like, I don't know. That's why I say that, like, I don't think that I'm that big of a fan of F-Zero or Star Fox. Not that I dislike them. Because, like, Star Fox 64 and F-Zero GX I really quite liked. Not that I play 64 all that often, but that is the Star Fox game that I think is, like, stuck with me the most. For sure. But yeah, I just think if those ever come back, I feel like the answer is to just do something new and maybe not even, like, new in the scheme of, like, the Nintendo games, at least. Right? Like, even though I don't really like the way the open world Zelda's game out, like, turned out, which I keep coming back to this, but they took cues from, like, other open world games, for better and worse. And I'm like, well, what if, in a similar way, F-Zero took some cues from Yakuza, or something? Or took some cues from, like, some other series? And what if Star Fox took some cues from some other series, right? Like, I don't see why that would be necessarily a bad thing. Why do they just keep pausing? I usually don't have this issue. Whatever. But yeah, I'm speaking as someone who's not really, like, a big fan of these series, and so of course I would want something a little bit different. Because if I didn't, then I would like or even, like, love these games that do exist in said series more than I do. Right? To me, that makes sense. So yeah, moral of the story, Metroid and Fire Emblem are carrying my interest in buying Nintendo systems. Because I think the big thing is, like, if you didn't have those Fire Emblem and Metroid titles that I really, really, really fucking want to play, then I could probably do with just missing out on the next 3D Zelda or the next 3D Mario or whatever. Unless they really, like, shake things up and draw my eye. But it's, like, based on track record of, like, how I felt about Odyssey, which I did like quite a bit. But it doesn't replay particularly well, in my opinion. But I'm also someone who likes replaying the Galaxy games, and some people say those games don't replay very well. For different reasons. But, yeah, Mario I'm, like, less... Like, I feel less cynical about compared to Zelda. Zelda I'm, like... Because Nintendo and Aonuma specifically have been, like, so vocal about this is the direction. And I'm just like, okay, well, in that case, I guess I'm out. Or at least, like, I'm not excited, at least. Right? Like, I'm interested to play Echoes of Wisdom, but it's telling that I, like, didn't go out of my way to buy it. Right? Didn't go out of my way to play it. Borrow my sister's Switch or something, right? Because I could just as easily do that, actually. Because I don't think she plays it very much. She's not really much of a gamer, though, but... Not these days, at least, but... what's it called? Yeah, like, if I really, really want to play Echoes of Wisdom, I would ask my sister to borrow her system, and then purchase a copy of Echoes of Wisdom and play it, right? Or, you know, buy a copy and then emulate it, so that way it doesn't run like shit. But, I'm not doing that, though. So while I am interested in playing it, particularly if the successor of the Switch can run it at a solid frame rate, and, like, other games too, it's not just that. But if there's performance enhancements kind of just across the board for first-party Nintendo games, then yeah, that's something that would get me back in to not only replay some stuff, but check out some titles on Switch that I haven't. But that said, yeah, like, just the volume of games you think about... I think we're, like, Prime 4 is going to be next year. New Fire Emblem might be next year, if not, definitely the year after, because that would be Genealogy's 30th anniversary, so I think at the latest, you release that in 2026. And, you know, as some of you may know, Nintendo does hold certain games, once they're complete, they hold on to them and don't release them for a little while. Quite a while in some cases. There was that one Good Vibes Gaming video that was pretty interesting to like look at when they went gold and when they were rated by the ESRB or whatever. Or it was a different rating board, but same difference. But when they're rated versus when it actually releases, and it's like sometimes, you know, 8, 9, 10 months, if not more, prior to release, which indicates that, yeah, the games are, you know, content complete at least. Maybe they're polishing them up, whatever. But they're content complete, and then they're either polishing or just kind of holding these releases for a good amount of time. So if Engage was like that and it was ready like whatever it was a year prior, then yeah, maybe the Genealogy remake is done and it's just a matter of when they choose to release it. And I really could see... I talked about this, I think, during my Sacred Gold playthrough, of like 3D Mario at launch with the new system, and then like next quarter would be... Gosh, what did I say? What the fuck did I say? Genealogy remake was in there. Prime 4. It's like, okay, it's like maybe if the new system launches like second quarter or something. Because you'd think we would have heard something if it was launching first quarter, so we'll say second quarter, just whatever. It might be later than that, but we'll say second quarter. Launches with 3D Mario. Then in maybe third quarter you get Prime 4. August, September, that feels like a prime... Didn't mean to say that, but it feels like a prime spot for Metroid to launch. And then your big fall title is... Maybe you do it vice versa. Maybe you do Genealogy remake, like Fire Emblem in the fall, or third quarter, and then fourth quarter your like big game for the winter or whatever, for October, November would be Prime 4 or something, right? Or they just go balls out and release all three as launch titles. I don't think they'll do that. I think they will space them out. Because, like, Odyssey didn't launch at the launch of the Switch. It was their fall title. So they'll definitely hold something. Maybe the 3D Mario isn't the launch title. Maybe Prime 4 is the launch title. I think 3D Mario launch title makes more sense, but maybe they reserve 3D Mario for their fall release like they did with Odyssey. Unless the system comes out in the fall, in which case, same difference. And then maybe, like... I don't know what they do with Prime 4 at that point. Maybe that's also a launch title. And then Genealogy Remake is like spring of 26 or something. Yeah, I guess I do wonder too, my... Like, I would say in some sense growing disinterest in Nintendo first-party stuff is because, you know, the Switch is kind of winding down. And so, like, you know, Princess Peach Showtime came out. I know some people liked it. There's one particular viewer who was really big on it, which is cool. I'm glad that they enjoyed it. But it's not really something that I'm that interested in playing, you know? And there's some other stuff like that. I think Echoes of Wisdom is, like, the main one. Like, as far as games that I have not acquired on Switch specifically, it's like... It's mostly just Wii U ports, like 3D World and 3D World Tropical Freeze. I feel like there's one more, maybe. No, maybe not. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've bought and played, like, pretty much, like, at least the big games. There's some that, again, I would check out, particularly if they go on sale. They ran better. So, we'll see on that. Alright, lots of Zenny grinding. How far into the stream are we? Oh my god, I was probably doing that for, like... way longer than I probably should have been. Also, I'm very not centered, so I'm going to scoot over a bit. Sliding off the screen. Yeah, I don't know why the webcam... Maybe I just need to, like, move it. Maybe it got shifted a bit. It needs to be angled up a tad. That's better, I think. Yeah, just like their volume, their output has been kind of weak. Not like quality-wise necessarily, but just like the amount of releases kind of deal. So we can ship order a Fireburn 1H. What else? I'm gonna just tag these as I go. Fireburn 1H. Fireburn 3, I need all 3, so we'll just take, oh, I don't even have it in the library, that's why, okay. So I can just figure this out later. Ship order whichever one I'm missing. Fire hit 1. Fire hit. Where's fire hit? It's further down. Really? There it is. E? That's the one I'm missing. Perfect. It is all worth it because I'm going to get more PAs done immediately. Maybe this should have been a program advancing episode. Maybe I'll change that after the fact. Fire hit 3 is not in the library. Fire hit 2 we've already done. Wave arm 2. I'm assuming because, yeah, I don't have any of these, so it's not going to be here. Yeah, wait. No, wait. It is. I guess I just traded it away or something. I might as well just buy this, I think. Wavearm 2 N. Check that off the list. I'm kind of torn on recording. I think we can meet tomorrow on Discord and I think at least like kind of walk through like the notes and kind of get an idea. Maybe we could record it, maybe. But like I think getting some things set up and kind of figuring out how we're gonna do this maybe would be a good idea. I wouldn't be opposed to recording tomorrow. I'll shoot you a message on Discord though and try to figure out something, because I don't even know when that video is gonna go out, because I might hold it or like, you know, chip away at editing it and release it maybe while I'm traveling in February or something. Now that, you know, I didn't release any videos in November, so those videos kind of got pushed back to December. But it'd be good to record it by the end of the year, if possible, for sure. But yeah, we can meet up tomorrow and just like chat about it, game plan, strategize. Iron Shell 1. Boo boo boo, boo boo boo, boo boo bee bee, boo boo bee doo. Iron Shell, I need K, so that's not it. Elect Pulse 1. J I already have. Aura Head. Aura Head 1. B is the one I need. Wide Shot. I need all 3. I got Wide Shot registered in the library from an extra folder without realizing that I would need it for a PA anyway. Where the fuck did this go? Oh my god. Is it like just further down and I'm tripping out? Where the fuck is... Well, first of all, I was looking for Wave Shot for some reason, which doesn't exist. Wide Shot is number 22, so if this is in library order, it should be like way up here. Wave Arm, Wind Rack, W. I'm looking for W's. There it is, Wide Shit. Okay, Wide Shot Q. Check that off the list. Ba-beep, ba-beep, buddy. Air Hockey N. Air hockey, okay, L is the one that's here. Anti-sword. Anti-sword star, specifically. I just want to see, I doubt this is the purchasable one. Maybe it is, though. Did I pass it? No, anti-navi. Anti-sword R, okay. So anti-sword star, specifically. Vidal. Vidal Star. So, I remember looking this up for Space Cowboy when he was wondering about this. And did you... Because you can only get one Vidal F legitimately, right? So you have to use a star one, I think. Because I think it's like... It's a BMD in Undernet 0. Can you use 2 star chips? I don't even know if that's possible. I hope I didn't trade this away. But you know what? It's probably behind... You know what? We can check this. Undernet... Undernet 0 map. Vidal F is in fact behind a tree in Undernet 0. So yes, I have not acquired it yet. So that means I will need a star, though. I will need this. Because it's weird. Why would they give you access to just one of these and then have a PA that requires 2 Fs? But then only provide 1 F, and so it's really just star. So what's the point? But yeah, and then base, which we don't have. So I'll flag one of these Vidals as having them. I'll just put parentheses, asterisk. Get a love spell check. Master Cross, Fire Hit 3, Aqua Needle 3. So Fire Hit 3, didn't I already establish I don't have that in the library? Yeah, I don't think so. So I'm gonna need to get this for another PA anyway, Fire Hit 3. A, but then Elec Pulse 3, which I don't think I have. Elec Pulse 3, Risky Honey 3, and Aqua Needle 3. I want to say I don't have any of these in the library. Elec Pulse 3 is not here, Risky Honey 3 is not here, and Aqua Needle... Did I pass it? No, I didn't, but I don't have it. Okay, so that's a bust. Now it's a matter of... I've got 2 I can do. I need Iron Shell 1K. Aura Head 1B. Air Hockey N. Excuse me, Anti-Sword Star. I want to see where Attack 30 is. AC/DC Area PMD. Do I have this in the library? Oh, you know what? I think I figured this out. I think Attack 30 is needed for a trade chain, right? I think you have to give a copy of it away for a trade chain, which I needed to do for an achievement. So let me check. BN6 trade. Or it's like side quests, I think, is the page. BN6 side quests. Chip trading. Maybe not. No, you know what it is? It's for a request. I believe. BN6 requests. I think there's a request. I think there's a request that requires... Yeah. The chips we need are Recovery H, Recovery 80H, get an A, Bubble Wrap Q, Attack 30 plus. Yeah, you have to give it up for an HP mem for a request, which was also a trophy thing, was doing all the requests. Okay. which means I need to chip order another attack 30. Uninstall R. Chip order. Do I have this in the thingy? Yeah. So the only way to get this is chip order, but that's another PA down. That's Sun Moon. Meteors R, attack 30 star, uninstall R. I say let's knock these out real quick. I'm gonna change the title to Program Advancing after the fact. So, Fire Burn, which makes you think of that, was it a Jason Derulo song or whatever the fuck? I don't know why that's the first thing that comes to mind. Why did I sneak run? Force of Habit, whoops. I need to edit my folder, my spare folder. Put these Fire Burns. Fire Burn. FGH. That should be fine for now. Just FGH. Throw another G in there for good measure. Fire hit 1. Yeah, this is like super far down. DEF. Just throw another one in there for good measure. And then Meteors are attack 30 and uninstall. I'm definitely plugging that attack 30 in. Attack 30 is not even a mega chip in this. What the hell? I'm throwing that in the main folder. For show. I probably need to, like, edit my main folder. It's been fine. Mostly because of Life Aura and, some other shit. Don't need this, don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. These I need. Just burn this then. I want to double check what this Aqua Body thing gives me. I know it's speed +4, but I wasn't using. I don't think that speed buffs, Buster speed buffs, are really that great. Unless it affects Gregar's Machine Buster. But that thing is so fast already, I'm like, I can't imagine that it affects it, though. Hydrate more. Okay, we'll knock these 3 PAs out. Oh my god. And then I can do... I'm down to grind out the Iron Shell, the Aura Head, and the Air Hockey. Maybe the Anti-Sword as well, in fact. Just like whatever I can do. DEF. Alright. Fire Hit is done. Fire Hook, rather. So I'm just gonna... Or Flame Hook. Choose this one. Good. Ships. I can probably just stand here forever and still just, like... Is it better for me to stand here? Because then I have iframes for the next one, maybe? Oh, wait. Oh no, I guess... No, it does work out. I avoid every third one. I could just step out of the way, but I really don't care that much. This Meteor's... It's Meteor's attack. Uninstall. This is the last one, so I'll use it. I'm curious to see what it is. BN4 reference? Yeah. Oh shit. Hey yo. Hey yo. That Metard... super deleted. Like, ceases to exist in any plane of reality. This is done, and Wideburn is done. Alright, so Iron Shell K, Iron Shell 1K. AC/DC area GMD, I like those odds. I'll have to unplug millions. What did I have here? Custom... No. What did I have here? Oh! Too many colors. Wait a second. I guess the custom one is kind of wasted. I didn't realize I could fit this, though. Maybe I did, though. What did I have there? Let me see what's up with this. Aqua Body C+4 Buster Blank. Buster Blank. Repairs Buster Blank bug. Right, okay. Yeah, I had this so that way this could be off screen. But now thinking about it, I'm like, I don't care about the HP. Oh, I guess it was so that I could put super armor in. Yeah. Because there wasn't really a great way for me to have all of this in here, that's right. Okay. Yeah, in that case, fine, whatever. We'll just remove millions. And put... Fucking no. Slip runner? The problem is I don't need custom anymore. I'm wondering if the base one would be better, though, because that's air shoes and float shoes, and it gives you an interesting charge shot. And all of that. Right, it's this one. And then I would just need to put, like, Mr. Famous is custom. That's the main reason I'm using it. One, the first Life War isn't kind of insane, actually. This one's kind of nuts, too. It doesn't give us custom, though. Then I don't have to run attack max. Is that better? I just need air shoes. I guess the problem is air shoes custom 2 and undershirt are all white. So then I can't really fit them all in the command line without errors. I'll deal with this later. I think the current setup is fine. These are crazy, though. Go folder -2. Super armor, air shoes, and float shoes. I'm missing float shoes right now. That's the thing. But I would need to... I guess the issue is squeezing in like attack max, charge max, and custom too, right? Maybe? And then Diodon is 11, right? It's... like I can't fit it with base, I don't think. Yeah. Because base is 70 megabytes. Just hypothetically speaking, air shoes and super armor are taken care of. Wait, why am I not running base, then? I guess I don't get the first life aura. But then I don't have to worry about any Buster Blank bugs and having to be... I don't know, whatever, who cares? Did I remove millions, though? Yes, I did. Iron Shell 1K, AC/DC area GMD. So now we'll use those untraps. Isn't this squirrel? Yeah. BN6 is weird. Is there a Navi that'll, like, fuck me up if I, run around here? I don't know if anyone's free roaming in this area. Also, I don't know why I'm getting into encounters when I need, GMDs. Iron Shell 1K. Let me figure out where the spawns are, first of all. Oh, in worst case, we get a shit ton of Zenny, so that's fine. Fine by me. Oh, Rush is just chilling. Uninstalls millions. Gets nothing but Zenny from GMDs. Funny. Yeah, it's kind of turned into a program advancing episode, so surprise. But it's all good. I mean, all of this needs to be done anyway. Just a matter of what gets prioritized, what gets done first. Ba-da-da-dum. Yeah, bug frag, okay. Maybe this is one of those areas where the GMDs only have 2 spawn points. That's convenient, because then I know where to go. And at least I'm getting Zenny in the meantime, so I can refresh my subchip stock if needed. Which it will be. Yeah, is it just the same place every time? Looks like it. Time Bomb 1F, not what I need. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Put them back there. I might check the other spot anyway, because maybe there's 3? Maybe there's 3 spawns? That definitely wasn't there at least one of the times, though. And the repetitive is, I know this is not how these songs are made, but I'm just imagining someone going like actually trying to play that shit. Like just playing like the same note over and over that fast on a keyboard. Being for some bangers. There's fewer bangers, I think, than some of the other games, but the bangers bang. They do be banging. Oh, it was an untrap one, okay. Aura Head 1B. Pavilion Comp 3 GMD. We're circumventing all of the virus farming. Not all of it, but as much as possible for today, I guess. For terminology. For PA sake, for program advancing sake. For the library's sake, and for some of these other program advances, it's going to be unavoidable, but... yeah, first let's go to green and restock on sneak runs and untraps. Pavilion 3. That would be, is that the Element Man one? Because Blast Man is the last one, I want to say, right? But you fight Circus Man in it. The Circus Man doesn't get a comp. Central. And there are shortcuts. I can take the main entrance to the pavilion. I was thinking, like, do I have to go through the principal's office? I don't think so. Now, see, this is a lesson learned from, oh, I haven't fought these guys. I think I've cleared all of them except for maybe the ones in the pavilion. What's even the point? Do you get anything from doing that? Doubt it. I'm pretty sure this is Pavilion 3. Also, the sun is flipping us off. I know it's actually his index finger, like it's not actually centered, but it's funnier to think that... just like, the casually just like flipping off the camera. Also, I just realized that you could actually do this. I don't know why I didn't realize that. Also, but why is this one not? Whatever. Pavilion Comp 3. GMD. Pretty sure... I don't know if GMDs can show up on the cloud platforms or where... Oh, it's just one area, that's right. I'm so torn on how I feel about the dungeons in this game. Because, like, on the one hand, the gimmicks are actually kind of good. Like, I think they're kind of cool. But then you get to this where it's like a recap and it's just like one thing. I don't know. They're fine. I guess, like, yeah, like, Dive Comp is sort of, kind of a rehash of, Beastman. Just with the active component of, like, dodging the shark fins or the sharks. But then you can also get into virus battles while doing that, so it kind of makes it annoying. This one is kind of passive in that... I mean, it's nice because when you're on the cloud and doing the thing, you can't get into virus encounters, but that makes it a little bit too frictionless, maybe? I guess? I don't know. The same spawn point? Alright, I'm checking here. Oh, we got it. I'm just gonna grab the other GMD because we're here. Who knows? Maybe it'll be 50 bug frags. It won't be. It'll never be that, but... Double shot you. Me? Warhead 1B acquired. Air Hockey N. Air Hockey N. Astroland normal stock. Oh, you love to see it. Astroland normal stock. There was something that I needed to buy from Mr. Famous. Oh, also we can get Wide Shot P from here. Wait a second. Marvel Rise is so damn good. Nice, nice. We can get Wide Shot P from here. Sick. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I haven't seen much I haven't really like looked into much coverage about it. Air Hockey N, we'll take. But that's sick. Wide shot. That's like it's like a hero shooter, right? Like an Overwatch kind of thing. I think that's cool. Don't know how... Well, I guess there's probably melee characters, right? I was thinking, like, what does Hulk do? Does Hulk have a gun? Does Hulk have a Hulk-sized gun? Or does he have a regular-sized gun? I feel like I've heard that joke elsewhere. Somewhere. What's next? Anti-Sword... Star. Green Area 2 Net Cafe? Chapter 7? Which is like one of the last... I never think of these games in chapters. Like, I could not tell you... I could not for the life of me tell you what chapter is what. I guess it's just arc by arc, like Blastman would be chapter 1, I guess. Like Dive Man's chapter 2. Something like that. I don't know why I went... I can just go from... Oh my god. Just trying to... I'm too congested to like do that, but... Yeah, goddamn, these animations are fucking long if you misclick. Yeah, I hope I didn't get this and then trade it away for some reason. I don't know why I would have. I probably just didn't get it. Green Area 2 Net Cafe. Also, I should have just gone to Green Area because I need to buy more sub chips, but I guess I can just do that after whatever. Okay. Bum, bum. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Green. I keep wanting to quote lines from the Pokemon Cypher 2024 because I've been like listening to that shit like a lot since it dropped. Cause that shit's fire. Bars on bars on bars. It's like actually insane. More apt if I was playing Pokemon, but yeah. I was looking for GMDs, because, like, why not? Spurter 2B. 2B from Nier Automata? Net Cafe. I don't know how I ended up, like, inside of this NPC. Weird. Also, what do they mean? Green Area 2 Net Cafe Chapter 7. I'm praying that, I actually have this chip already. Deal with all the anti-stuff. What are the anti-chips? Anti-sword. What am I looking for? Anti-sword. Anti-damage, anti-sword A. Would this be something I would have traded? Or like, what's the deal with this? Okay. Okay, I was like, how, what? Anti-sword star. What's the deal with the anti-sword? Why can you only not? Why do you have to drink coffee with them 3 times? 5 times? I just wanted to do it once. Terrible, terrible, terrible impression. Fucking awful. I already checked the chip order stock for these. Let's do these couple of PAs real quick. Also, now I'm only missing Wide Shot R, so I kind of want to just grab that now then. Wide Shot R, Underground 2 GMD. Literally the only way to get it is Underground 2 GMD. Okay. So we'll just do that. I guess, yeah, those viruses aren't even, like, a thing in this game. This Wide Shot is one where you just... It's like a legacy chip or something. You can only buy it. Or find it in GMDs or whatever. Just dead. You okay? No? Am I supposed to do this with all of them? I don't know. I'll figure it out. If I need another chip from one of those guys, I'll just do that. That animation is so... or the lack of animation is so fucking funny. How do I get to the next area? It's not this. Sure, whatever. It's something like this. This is correct. Gosh, when I was doing the Django quest, I had that route memorized, I will tell you. Where the GMD is at? I missed a BMD? Oh my god. How did I miss that? Weird. What am I looking for? Wide Shot R? But I already did this. Why is the door sealed again, though? Weird. Ugh. I bet that's the only, last GMD. Is there a faster way here? Maybe through Sky? That'd be the only one I can think of, I think. I think this is still probably faster. Maybe. Sky, you just go down to where that... Like, you kind of head sort of towards the Undernet, but then instead of going to Sky 2, you just, take the exit to Central 3. I mostly just don't want to run into Blast Man if I can help it. Also, 990 is a really cursed HP number, I'll say. Did I not untrap? How fucking stupid. How fucking dumb do I have to be, dude? What? I could have sworn I did this. That was such a waste. That could have been it. Yeah, I guess this locks every time you leave. Just use this, we'll restock on fucking sub-chips. Boomer J. I don't know why my mind jumped to Gabby J from Punch Out, Super Punch Out. Isn't that his name? Isn't that the first guy you fight? Yeah, Gabby J. There's no Glass Joe. I'll tell you. Super Punch-Out is a weird one. Like, in theory, I should love it. In theory, I should like it better than the NES one. Because I tend to just prefer Super Nintendo versions of Nintendo games over their NES counterparts. Typically. 9 times out of 10. But for whatever reason, Super Punch-Out has never... It's like the one Punch-Out game that I've never really, like, clicked with, really. I think my preference for the Wii one kind of supersedes my interest in others. I'd be down for another Punch-Out, though, but it's also, like, that's one where it's like, what do you do? I guess, like, new opponents and shit like that, sure. I think bringing over the Wii one would make sense. Remaster it. Remuscled, or something like that. Punch-Out remuscled. Stupid. Can we get Funky Mode in Punch-Out re-release? Because you could fight Donkey Kong in Punch-Out Wii, which is pretty cool. I've never done it. But I do have a save file currently that has... I've done all the title defense, so I just need to do... I forget what that third mode is called, but it's like... It's the one where if you lose 3 times, the run is over. It's kind of cool, actually. Like, you do that first run, you beat all the opponents, you become the champ. Then you, like, quote-unquote defend your title from everyone again, and they have, like, new tech, new moves, and defensive options and shit like that. They're harder to beat. You do that, it's a little more standard. Like, yeah, they quote-unquote get the belt if you lose, but you get it right back. But then once you do that, then I think you fight a random opponent each time until you fought them all. Or something like that. But yeah, I think if you lose... It's gotta be like 3 times or something. I don't think it's your first loss, but I think if you lose a certain number of times, that file is done. Like the save, like you're done. You can't do the. You can rematch them in like whatever the versus mode is called, but you can't do like the story mode or whatever. I think it locks you out maybe, which is kind of interesting. I think it's kind of cool. Very unique. All right, Wide Shot R acquired. Let's knock out these PAs and then reevaluate what we got left. Library, we didn't make much progress, but the PAs are really... They tend to be the biggest pain in the ass, which is what PA actually stands for, if you didn't know. It actually stands for pain in the ass. Iron Shell... J, K, L... We'll just throw another one in there. Or ahead, B, C, D. Wide Shot, P, Q, R. Where in the fuck is Wide Shot, dude? I'm just looking for the symbol because I know what it looks like. I'll know it when I see it. There it is. PQR. Air Hockey LMN. Oh. Anti-Navi, Anti-Sword, Anti-Damage. Oh my fucking god. Where's Anti-Navi though? Oh, it's already in here, right? Yeah, it is. That it? Yeah. Oh, just throwing it in there, TAC 10 in there, I guess. Alright, sick. Let's knock out these, what is it, 4? 5? 5 more PAs? Oh shit. progress, my dudes. Go. Drew most of these off for rip. Which is kind of bad. Just please draw. I'm like, please just draw the last component to one of these so I can filter through my folder faster. That's bad. Alright, I'll have to do this in over 2 encounters then. Do Iron Shell in the next one. BCD. I'm kind of curious how this one looks. Holy shit. Wiped off the face of this earth, dude. This cyber world. Alright, so Streamhead is dead. Streamhead is dead. Streamhead is done. God, they're so aggressive. Holy shit. Okay. Beep boop ba da ba ba ba. This is a repeat. And burn one of these. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, I thought it came back. I guess I'm thinking of the virus itself. It goes 3 squares ahead and then comes back. Ba-da-ba-ba. LMN, Pit Hockey. Pit Hockey's done. Oops. Pit Hockey is done. JKL, Parashell. Give me a J, give me a K, give me an L. Parashell. I'm tired. 350. EQR, Super Spreader, Dunzo. Bodyguard is next. We'll kill this Metar with Bodyguard. These Metars are getting bullied so badly. What is it? Navi sword damage. Not Muramasa this time. Dead as a doornail. Okay. So on my document I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should be 23 out of 30. Yes. Yeah, Wide Burn 3, Flame Hook 3, Power Wave 2 and 3, Destruction Pulse, Darkness, and Master Cross. Pretty much all these are missing everything. There's 3 of them that have 1 component out of 3 for. Wave Arm 2, I've got one of the V-Dolls, and I've got an Elect Pulse. But yeah, these would be the last ones. Some of these I need for the library to begin with. Like some of the rank 3s, like Fire Burn 3 and Fire Hit 3, I think. Wave Arm 3 as well. Aqua Needle, Elect Pulse, and Risky Honey 3. So I would say... I guess for Master Cross, maybe when I'm going... I farm for these specifically, but let me see what the chip order is for, like... Risky Honey 3. It's A. What about... Aqua Needle 3 is also A, is the chip order one. Fire Hit 3. A is not the thing, but I need Fire Hit A already for another one. And then Elect Pulse 3. Because I'm just thinking if I get a different... Elect Pulse 3A is the chip order one, so if I get a different code when I'm getting these for the library... I guess I need Elect Pulse 3J as well. But like Risky Honey and Aqua Needle, I just need their A code. Which would be chip order if I don't get it on the drop. So that's fine. And Fire Hit 3A and Elect Pulse 3, like I need other chips from those guys anyway, so I'll be grinding that otherwise. So I think then... the next thing to do would be simply just standard chip completion, like working towards that. Which I still have 48. Still have 48, did I take the attack 30 out of here? I guess so. Why am I running this garbage? Let's put that attack 30 in here. Even though that does synergize pretty well with Slash Man. Synergizes better with Machine Gun. This folder could use some retooling. Like, I really should just get another Machine Gun 2S, or really, realistically, I should get some Machine Gun 3s going in here. I just passed it, why did I... Oh, I have another S. Oh shit. Well, I can cut E code, I guess. Sure. Let's reconfigure this shit. Like, let's get rid of E code. Why am I running W also? Let me just turn that off real quick. So we can only have 4. Oh, and it's by capacity now. It's like lower capacity chips, maybe you can have more of them. Interesting. Let's go by code. See what kind of synergies we have here. I have so many chips. B, I'm kind of already using what I really want to be using. See. I could run triple Django. Protoman is so good for mobs, though. But SP is the only one you can do 2x hero with, so... I only really need to run SP. E... I'm not really seeing anything that I really want to use. I'm curious how this works, though. Big hook. Hook attack too wide. Okay. Wow, a bomb chip that's actually not shit. Oh my god. It actually hits every panel if you throw it in the middle. Crazy. That's crazy. Our code is usually pretty good. Don't know what other S code. I could run a Giga Cannon 3, I guess. I could run Life Sword. I could run... I guess that's why I was running Slashman, because there's synergy there. What do I have Mega Chips? Just Proto Man? Okay. Yeah, I guess W is pretty good, and plus, like with Slash Cross, this works pretty well, pretty nicely. We can run Double Beast, I guess. Three of the same. Do I have another Wide Blade? Oh, I have Wide Blade B. That's right. Okay. I don't know why I don't really like Gundel Soul in this case. I feel like enemies and bosses move too fast in this game to reliably use this. Probably. Does this count as a sword chip for Slashman? Oh, Lance got buffed. Yeah. Tomahawk Soul or Cross is in the other game, though. So. Z Delta Ray. A power up by 3 sword. Still don't know what that means. I don't hate M Cannon. Because, like, with Gregar, with, like, Beast out, these sword chips become pretty useful, too. Full Cust is good. And nothing is a Mega Chip here. Like, why? Why is it like this? I guess because capacity-wise. Like, what is double points capacity? 50. So it's possible you can only run one of those, so it doesn't need to be a Mega Chip. I don't know, attack 10 seems pretty good if I'm gonna go for machine gun. Maybe another white capsule too. Five more chips. How am I looking for megas? Because you can still do 5 megas, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I do just run Slashman and I just figure it out. What's the best Giga Chip in this game, though? Power up by a power up. I'm curious about Delta Ray. We could run the Django program advance, isn't it just Django 1, 2, 3? I don't really need decode synergy, if that's the case, and I can just cut these two. And just save Proto Man SP specifically for 2x0. I guess. Oh, I can also run another one. Apparently. Oh, that's right, because Mr. Famous gives you Mega Boulder +2 or some shit. So what do I run? I guess I just put the Proto Men back in, right? Do I have Giga Folder +1? Oh shit. Damn, they just said fuck it. Let the player be extremely overpowered for no fucking reason in this game. Oh my god. Granted, this is like e-reader shit, the fact that I can do all this at the same time. Usually you're limited by the Navi Cust. I don't know, it seems pretty good to me. I'd love to register Fast Gauge, but I can't. Yeah. Guess we just go Buster up, right? First tag chip. I could tag Wide Blade and Long Blade to try to... Not enough capacity. Oh, it has to be both. It's like 40 is the total, I guess, yeah. Okay. Is that right? No, because I had White Capsule tagged with the machine gun. I can do double point, probably can't go with anything. Yeah. sure. I guess. Okay. Now, is there anything else that I could buy that... I'm just gonna run this down again. Like, this is like... I don't think there's a way to buy these. I can check, I guess. Just run it down real quick. Where did my tab go? I closed it. Boop-a-ba-ba-beep. Boop-a-ba-ba-beep. And then we'll go ahead and call it, because it's kind of late. Kind of very late. It's kind of very super late. Tenkan 2, number 13. Number 13? Yeah, this is just virus farming, 21. Yeah. There's a chip, yeah, chip order, but obviously, yeah. But I don't have it in the thing. Yep, viruses. Yeah. All Thunder 3. I just want to see if any of them are, like, purchasable. Elect Pulse 2 and 3. Yeah, it's all battles. Corn Shot. Did it pause? Again? Yes. Stop asking me if I'm not still watching. Just play. Is this a new thing with YouTube? Sounds good, Space Cowboy. I should be good all day tomorrow. I think Sunday is when I have stuff. One Shot 3, it's just that. Risky Honey. Risky Honey, that's a pretty funny, that's a funny name for this. I like that. Iron Shell 2 and 3. Oh, there's a GMD for Iron Shell 2, a specific code. But at that point, it's like, what the fuck is the point? Just farm the thing. Although I guess I'm gonna need all 3. Deal with it later though. It's not. That's not a purchase. So, Warhead 3, Machine Gun 3. I don't even have any Machine Gun 3s. What are the codes? B? Oh, it's B code. Hello. Welcome to my folder. Just run B code across the board. Proto-Man. Wide Blade. Can you get another Wide Blade B? I'll check that in a second. I'll check it now. Wide Blade B. Chip order. Oh shit. We could just run B code straight up. Long Blade B is also chip order. Oh my god. The B spam. B spam is insane. Like, actually. Assuming I want to keep running a Race Cross synergy. Flash Bomb, yeah, these are all viruses. I was up super late last night. I don't know how I'm still conscious. This is, Fire Sword can be a GMD, but so can Aqua Sword actually. 82. This is, oh, this was the Yellow Mystery data. Undernet 2/underground Yellow Mystery data. Or you spend 80 bug frags at Sky Area 1. That's annoying. Because I need 100 for collect, but like if I'm gonna do all this shit without collect anyway, then... Sorry, it wasn't 100 for collect. But maybe I don't even bother with that. I don't know. I'm torn on if I want to go for the Yellow Mystery data, because it's pretty fucking rare. 86. These are Element Sword, Assassin Sword. With viruses, 96. Wave Arm 3. Then Sandworm. Yeah. 107. Yep. 109, 110. Yep, no buy. 114. 16. Sensor 1. And sensor 3. Just because sometimes there's random shit you can buy from vendors. The dragons. Golem hit 3. 136. AC/DC net merchant, that's right. Let's just do that now. So I feel like I've made more progress. Zinni farming was pretty painless though. Hopes that I was ranting about Nintendo being annoying, but alright, Magnum is acquired. That was 136. 139. This is the kettles, yeah. Air raid 2 and 3. 152 is silence. This is a fucking annoying one. Terrible, terrible, terrible. It's like a 2% encounter. Stupid. Dumb bullshit. I could chip trader a bit. I'm a little nervous to do that with these PAs, but I'll just have the document pulled up, I guess, and just not trade any of the things that I need for PAs, which is not much that I actually currently have. It's literally 3 chips. Wave Arm 2, and I think I purchased all of them, maybe. Elect Pulse 1J, Wave Arm 2N, and VTOL. What's it called? Do I do the special trader though? Where's the special trader at? Where are the chip traders at in this game? There's one in green, maybe? Yeah, green and sky, and then underground 2. I know they technically have different pools. I'll just do some, because like if I get something that I need, that would be a convenience. Wow. Well, that would have been useful. That's pretty shit. Sandworm 1, okay, that's something. Flash Bomb 2, that's another one that I didn't have. Okay, off to a good start. Fast Gauge E, it's pretty shit. Energy Bomb is pretty garbage. Mortar Trot 2? I don't know if that was one I needed or not. Yeah, I don't need Tank Can for a PA. Fireburn 2, I've already done. Let's get rid of that. Machine Gun 1 seems pretty garbage. Flash Bomb 1, I think that's another one that I needed. This is bad. Keep some life swords on hand, I guess. Wide Blade R. Sure, it's actually a good ship. Double shot's pretty garbage. Air Raid 2, I think, was when I needed to. I think Vulcan 1 is just not even worth having. There's no Tengu in this game, so we'll just get rid of the one air shot. I don't know why I have one air shot specifically. Also, I don't know why they turned Spreader into, like, a multi-tiered thing. I guess it's better than it just being 30 damage, period. I don't really know why I'd run anything that isn't like a rank 3. You know what I mean? Aqua Needle 3, I think, was one I probably needed. Oh, I needed that specific one, actually. Hold up. Let me tag that. Sick. That was for a PA. Fuck yeah. What else? This... Risky Honey 1, I don't have a reason to keep. Iron Shell 1, I don't have a reason to keep either at this point. Or ahead to get the fuck out of here. Bug fix. We already had that. There's no break crosses in this game, this version. I feel like Machine Gun 1 is just pointless. I already have Max Machine Gun 2s in my folder. Energy Bomb is shit, Mega Energy Bomb is shit. I don't need Flash Bomb for a PA or anything, nah. Yeah, I guess the Wide Sword stars are just better. Keep the star. Step Sword, that's the only Step Sword I have, L. Oh, that's another one, Low Boiler too. Insane final boss theme. So damn good. Firehit 2 I don't need. Burn Square. Alright, we haven't had much luck with this one in a second, so let's go to the Sky one now. Just try that one out. Because every pull that I get that's new Saves me time on grinding, which is sick. Oh yeah, this one is like... Isn't it on a dead end? Forget how to get there specifically. I forget if it's this way or if it's... No, I think I have to take the elevator down. It was a little annoying, but it's worth it for at least a slightly different pool of ships I can get. You do. That's not it. It's the other. Oops. This better be fucking worth it. Somewhere around here. Reflect 2, no. Wave Arm 2 I need for a PA. Snakes. Oh, shit. Number Ball? I feel like that's ass, right? Bubble Wrap. Scroll down to Aqua Needle. I need the 3A. Blizzball, who cares? Sensor 2, who cares? Boomer J, who cares? M Boomer. Whatever. Keep it. Risky Honey 2. I think that was one I needed. Whoops. These are kind of shit. I don't need S. I need the star though. Furry 10's ass. These are ass. I'm not getting jack shit from this, which is fun. All these that aren't like 200 or 300 are kind of shit. I have an area grab star. Where did that come from? When I have a star version of these, I'm just like, what's the point? Bubble wrap. I don't know. It'd be fun to mess around with, I guess. I have so many anti-damage stars, why do I want an anti-damage R? I think there's no reason to keep that. Kinda slaps. I think barrier's kinda shit. Life Orb is actually good though. Oh yeah, anti-sword A. Don't think I have a reason to keep that, right? Not for a PA, so yeah, fuck it. Uninstall. I think the only... Why would I run G? I mean, like, I guess... R is the one for the PA. Just get rid of G, I don't care. And then just duplicate. What? There's no reason to roll R over roll star. So just get rid of the R, right? I think so. So now it's just getting rid of duplicates for the mega chips, right? Like, why? Is there a reason for kernel C? I don't think so. Because the PA is specifically its kernel star with Protoman SP, or Protoman star with kernel SP. So yeah, we just do that. Element Man, we get rid of the dupes, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of a dupe, dupe, this, dupe. Take in 2. That was one I was missing too. Sick. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. This is all redundant. Another Lance W, not terrible. Because I would maybe run that. Again, without Tomahawk Cross, it doesn't really make much sense, but it's an option. Charge Man, get rid of these. This. These. Oh my god, these. Okay. I have Protoman Star in my other folder, so I don't need this. Correct. That's correct. So I just need to find 5 more to get rid of. I feel like Mag Coil's kind of bad. I'm never gonna run 3 anti-damage. What's actually shit? Golem hit? Why do I have this? I think it was a pull. Oh, Risky Honey 2 is bad. This is bad. I have the PA in my other folder for that one. The Vulcan 1, okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's probably about all I'm willing to trade right now. Da-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-ba. Go back to Central Town. Still have, I got 1 Program Advanced component from that, I want to say. The Aqua Needle 3A. Oops. Clicked off. So what's our library looking at? 161! Wow, we got quite a few from that. Yeah, Tank Can 3, Fireburn 3. It's mostly 3s now. Some of those 2s I got, which is sick. Now, if only I got Silence. If I got Silence from a chip trader, that'd be insane. That's the one I'm really dreading. He has some good time saved, though. I think we started this with like 150 or 151, so I got, I guess, 9 or 10 new standard chips, and then I did a shit ton of program advancing. Yeah. Good progress.